Mohammed Kudus is incredible. What a footballer we've got on our hands. There was a point, and I don't. It's really hard to talk about him without sort of talking down Jarrod Bowen, and I don't want to do that because Jarrod Bowen is a remarkable player, and it's up to David Moyes to find a place for both of them in the team. Not now, clearly he's doing so, but when either Antonio comes back or when eventually we get this striker, whoever it may be, David Moyes got to find a way to make this work. I certainly never thought. When I was concerned about Bowen leaving, when he wasn't signing a new deal, or when there was rumours that he might have to have a get-out clause in there which would allow him to leave, I don't know, if a club came in with 40 million or whatever the case was at the time, I was concerned, I was worried about Jarrod Bowen leaving. Now, ironically, at the time, we'd already signed Mohammed Kudus, but I didn't know then how good he was. Well, now we do know, that's for sure. In my mind, I thought, we're not going to be able to get anybody as good as Jarrod Bowen. There's surely is nobody out there. Well, of course there is. Football's not like that. There's always many good players. But we got the complete package, and actually we do have someone who is as clinical as Jarrod Bowen. I don't know who's going to get most goals this season, either Kudus or Bowen. Maybe Bowen edges it because Kudus is off to the African Cup of Nations. But I tell you what, the fact that I don't know, the fact that we're even having a conversation about it, that we've actually got another player who's as clinical as Jarrod Bowen really says everything. The brute strength of the guy is brilliant. And I think the David Moyes MOT is something I think that maybe has been overused on many occasions. I really do. And I'm finding it hard to even believe that the concept exists anyway, because there's too many players who have been bought by David Moyes who seemingly, David Moyes has questioned their attitudes, and so was there really this thing in place anyway? Also, not even entirely sure that David Moyes bought Mohammed Kudus, as we understand it, as Tim Stuyton. That's absolutely fine, but what he has got is all the qualities that David Moyes would have been looking for, because his industry, the way he tracks back, the way he helps out the right back. Probably just stopping him from assaulting anybody on this particular occasion. And if you saw the game and you saw Vladimir Soufal, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's just got everything. He's got the pace. He's unselfish as well. Really unselfish. There was a point in a second half where he had changed position with Jarrod Bowen. And he had an opportunity to go himself, but he just played a really, really beautiful pass through to Bowen. And it showed us sort of that he'll go for goal and he'll be selfish when he's in and a really good attacking position. If someone's in a better position, he'll play them in. Don't make no mistake about it. This guy's going to get goals and assists. He's that good. I mean, he played all the game on the right up until the end, like the 78th minute or whatever it might have been. I've probably got my timing completely wrong there. But at the very point they switched around, where Bowen went on the right and Kudus went a bit through the middle, a little bit on the left on occasion, that was when Bowen scored. So actually all three goals that West Ham scored came from counter-attacks, and they all went to the right with that run coming in. And when actually you want to factor in what happened with Edson Alvarez chipping the ball over for Kudus to score when he'd come in from the right, it clearly is a position that the opposition defence find hard to pick up. I guess after a while, people are going to scout it and people are going to know what we're doing. Well, knowing what we're going to doing and countering it are two completely different things. What are they going to do? Ian mark a man-to-man marker? Put a central defender out there? I don't know what they would do, but it looks to be a really, really good way for a scoring. And the fact we have two players who can do it means you can swap them around. And that's going to be very, very hard for anybody to factor in, to mitigate against. Look, Lucas Paqueta, I know I mentioned him in the review with Gio. He's had a little bit of, I think he had a great start to the season, despite all the sort of betting allegations and all the stuff and the inquiry from the FA. Still don't know what's going on with that. Despite all of that, and despite the deal falling through for him to go to Man City, his play at the start of the season was exemplary. I think he's been a bit crap. Maybe, obviously a lot better against Freiburg, but up until that point, he's been a bit crap for a few games. Not many. 3 or 4 games, been under par. This was just a magnificent performance against Wolves. It really was. And I think it's really, really important. I think the home crowd needed to see that. I don't mean that necessarily from Paqueta, but the 3-0 win. I don't know. I haven't seen the game stats. I would imagine Wolves had more possession than us, but I don't know. But it wasn't a smash and grab. West Ham deserved to win that. That was full control. It's another clean sheet, which is really, really important. But look back at those goals. It was at the attack. I think the first one possibly was a corner from Wolves. Emerson gets the ball at the back post. Before you know it, it's gone to Paqueta. Onto Kudus, ball's in the back of the net. Second goal, Kurt Zouma sniffs out. So basically, each time Wolves are on the attack, Kurt Zouma sniffs out the ball, intercepts it, pass to Paqueta, pass to Kudus. Goal. I don't know why I'm doing that. Goal straight away. Second one, they're trying to advance up the pitch. Souček tackles him. Good tackle from Souček. Gives the ball to Paqueta. I might as well do it again. Goal. Amazing. I mean, just this. That's counter-attacking football, and I've said this many times. I don't have a problem with counter-attacking football at all when it works. But for it to work, your defence has got to be good, and you've got to have fast players on the counter-attack. And we've got that. We've now got two of them who are clinical. There's very, very little waste there. There really is. And I think David Moyes has... I don't want to do a disservice by saying he stumbled across it, but the decision, whenever he came to that decision, to put Ward-Prowse in a slightly more advanced position, drop Souček back, has just allowed the rest of the team to flourish. Because what it's actually done is you've got this situation where there's Paqueta and Ward-Prowse are taking it in turns to look after that left-hand side. And even though Ward-Prowse isn't particularly creative, which you'd ideally want in that sort of number 10 role, that's okay, because what it done is freed up Paqueta to go central a little bit more. Because if you watch that game again, the whole time Ward-Prowse is looking out for that left-hand side. And any time that Paqueta moved infield, Ward-Prowse went over to the left. And I thought that was really... Because what that allowed us to do, even though the number 10 in Ward-Prowse is not particularly creative, certainly Paqueta is. And he ran the game. I mean, he dictated the game. And also, I want to say, because I had to, soon after the review, I had to go earlier, and I didn't get a chance to speak about all the players. Edson Alvarez, look, no assist and no goal today, and he was substituted as well. But some of his blocks were exceptional. He got one in the Niagaras as well, didn't he? Recovered from that pretty well. I felt he controlled things from a defensive standpoint in front of the back four. And just the whole lot was really, really controlled. And this is what I'm talking about, counter-attacking. If you can get all of your elements in place, there's actually nothing wrong. If your defence are good enough, if you've got a defensive midfielder there, your centre-backs are in good form, and I think they were. I thought Emerson, played a really, really good game. I thought Soufal, apart from the bit where he was losing his mind, I thought Soufal played well as well. But when you can counter-attack like that and you have that threat on the break, it's tough. I think it's tough for the opposition. It was very, very well deserved, and you can't... I said it. I said against Fulham deserved to win, and they deserved to win 5-0, no doubt about it. But make no mistake about it, West Ham deserved to win. West Ham were far more clinical in absolutely everything they did, and I felt watching it that the time when Wolves did have the ball and had a bit of time in midfield, it was almost as if we'd let them do it. That was part of the plan, and I think that's really good. And if we can play like that for the rest of the season, well, I've no doubt that we can. The problem now comes down to not the tactics. The tactics is going to work for Moyes. The majority of the time, I think those tactics will work because actually, he didn't. There's one stinging free kick, wasn't there, from Ward-Prowse, and then there was another one which sort of went about a yard wide. But one of the corners was dangerous as hell from Ward-Prowse. So I think if you can find a formation, which he has done, where he can retain our ability to cause havoc from set plays, he's sort of done it. And then we can retain a way to open up the opposition from open play, which we have with players like Kudus, Paqueta and Jarrod Bowen in the team. You can keep Edson Alvarez there, then we're a decent team. We are a decent team. The problem comes down, once again, I do think, to rotation. And I would just love to see that he trusted someone a little bit more, that there was someone on that bench who he was desperate to get on the pitch. That would be really good. And it's still, for all the money spent, I don't feel we're a better team, don't get me wrong, and we have better players. But in terms of numerically, I still feel we're in exactly that same situation that we were in when he would always just use Yarmolenko off the bench. And I think we need more than one go-to subs. Yes, I'm aware. Look at that. He made 4 subs today. He really did. But Fornals was really the only one. And I never felt he wanted to do it. It was all right as well. I thought Fornals was all right when he came on, by the way. It was more, he's trying to safeguard and he's trying to protect his team for upcoming games. But I'm absolutely delighted with that. It's, back-to-back games. Look, Fulham... Maybe, as I said before, all the excuses were true against Fulham. Not just one smoking gun, lack of rotation, illness, the fatigue, everything hit us at the same time for that one. You know what? And what you got was a 5-0 5-0 loss. Not particularly healthy, but a really good repair job today. Before I go, Christmas jumpers, Hammers Chat Christmas jumpers. If you want them, if you want a Christmas jumper, you've got to order it. Order it today. All right, any orders, I think Gio said any orders done today or Monday, tomorrow, it will get out in the post. Order it after that, and you're going to struggle to... Well, no, it's not just Hammers Chat jumpers. You're going to struggle to get... You see that nice little... I don't know if you can see that. See a nice little Hammers Chat badge on there? It's proper Hammers Chat branded stuff. Go and check it out. Links in the description below. hammerschatstore.com. Not much of a weekend left, is it? Well, what there is left, enjoy.